In today's video we're going to be checking out a brand new stove for 2023, the OEX Heiro, and we'll see how it compares to the ever popular Jetboil Zip. So this is the OEX Heiro. It's a brand new stove, going to be released in April 2023, and as you can see it's remarkably similar in style and size to the popular Jetboil Zip. I'll put the Jetboil to one side for 1 minute. We'll take a look at the Heiro. So you can fit inside a 100ml gas canister. Also inside is the burner. The pot itself is 600 millilitres in volume. Comes with fold out handles, and it's got a neoprene insulated cozy on the outside so you can pick it up easily, and it'll also help to insulate the pot. So the bottom of the pot has a built-in heat exchanger, so that increases the efficiency of boil times by around 30%. And the way that that heat exchanger is all enclosed, it makes it a very weatherproof stove as well. I'll pop the lid back on, show you the bag that comes with the stove. So a gas canister and the burner itself will both fit inside the pot. Then you've got a generous sized, we'll say a mesh bag. So you could also fit in there maybe coffees or a dehydrated meal, something like that. One thing that doesn't come with this stove is a canister support. You can buy these separately. This one is an OEX branded one, and it costs around £6.50 at Go Outdoors. So Go Outdoors have sent me this to test out, and they've also sent me the Jetboil Zip. You would expect the Jetboil to be the better stove because this is priced around £100 at the moment, and Go Outdoors are going to be releasing this for £45 with the membership card, and it's going to be £50 I think introductory price at Blacks as well. And although both of these stoves have been sent to me, I'm going to be objective with my opinions and tell you exactly what I think of them. So let's crack on and see what the OEX Heiro can do. So as I mentioned, this stove has got a 600 milliliter capacity. The Zip has actually got a 800 milliliter capacity, so it is a little bit larger. This weighs in at around 370 grams, and it's around 350 grams for the Zip. So that's about a Freddo's worth lighter, so not very much at all. But both of these pots will comfortably take one of these boil in the bag meals. So just shove it in, add a little bit of water around it, get it boiled up, and then you've got yourself some grub around the campsite. So there's quite a stiff pot lid that's got a steam vent, a draining vent, as well as a lip guard, so you can drink directly out of the pot if you wanted to without burning your lips. Pretty much the same on the Jetboil here. However, the Jetboil is more of a rubbery sort of lid, a bit more flex to it than the OEX version. I'll get the stove put together. Let's see how fast it can boil some water. So the regulator just folds in, and the burner screws directly on top of the gas canister. Nice good fit. There's also a piezo igniter built into it. The Jetboil doesn't actually have one of these. I will show you this when I get that stove set up. The pot just drops in there, and you give it a little twist, and then it is secure. It's not going anywhere, and it's actually very sturdy without the canister support. However, if you're using this on uneven ground, I would recommend using a canister support as well. So whenever you're using this kind of stove, it is actually safer to light it before you put the pot on top. If you light it with the pot on top, you can get like a blowback when it comes to the gas. Let's get some water in here. We're going to boil up 400 millilitres. So there are markers etched inside the pot, so it's very easy to measure out your water. Let's get this fired up, shall we? We'll start the stopwatch. see how long it takes to boil up 400 millilitres. So the flame is really well protected in there. So the spec sheet says that this boils 500 millilitres in 2 minutes, which is pretty impressive. It's actually quicker than what the Jetboil Zip states, but we'll see. And a little bit of steam after 1 minute 12 seconds. Right, so we're boiling, and that is 2 minutes 10 seconds. So boil times are going to vary depending on the conditions, whether it's cold, whether it's windy. There is quite a breeze today. So 2 minutes 10 seconds is pretty impressive. While I'm here, might as well have a brew, hadn't I? So while me coffee is cooling down, let's see what the Jetboil can do. So one thing that the Jetboil has that the Heiro doesn't is a little cup that fits on the bottom. So you could, if you wanted to, drink out of this, but it's a pretty flimsy cup, and there are little cutouts in there, so it's not the most comfortable of things. But there are measuring units in there. There are also measuring units inside the Zip as well. The Zip does come supplied with a little pot support, canister support should I say. Again, this one just screws directly on top of your canister, but there's no built-in piezo igniter in this one, so you are going to need a match or a lighter, which hopefully I've got with me. Yep, got my Soto lighter. And let's get 400 millilitres in here. 2 minutes 10 seconds to beat. The Jetboil flame isn't quite as well protected from the wind, but Jetboils are renowned for efficiency when it comes to gas consumption. So one of these canisters, 100 grams, should boil you 10 litres of water, whereas the figures on the Heiro are 5.9 grams of gas per 500 mil, so that works out a little tiny bit less efficient, but not very much. Less than 1 gram of gas per 500 mil boil. So 1 minute 26 in, a little bit of steam coming out. There we go. Boiling. Now that surprised me. 2 minutes 39 seconds. So it's actually 30 seconds slower than the Heiro. I am putting that down to how well the flame's protecting from this breeze, because it is quite breezy today. Obviously I've not weighed how much fuel's been used, but you know, I'm not fussed when it comes to a gram or two of gas anyway. So let's have a quick recap where we are so far. The Jetboil is a little bit lighter by about 25 grams. It's also got a greater volume of an extra 200 millilitres. But the Heiro gets a built-in igniter. Comes with a little bag, but it doesn't have the cup that the Jetboil has, and it doesn't come supplied with the canister support. But this is going to be 45 quid, and the Jetboil, I have seen it for around £75, but for the most part it's around £90 this. It's a no-brainer for me so far. But the Jetboil has got another little trick up its sleeve. You can buy an additional pan support. So this will fit on there, lock into place, and that means you can also use the Zip, if you wanted to fry your bacon or fry an egg, whatever you need to cook on a frying pan. And you can't buy an OEX version of that, but let's have a look. There we go, look. Wow. So it doesn't fit as perfect. Let's have a look. But you could use the Jetboil support on there. The only thing is, it does rest a little bit on the igniter. So you might need to do a little bit of fettling to have a cutout on there. Still works. You can still fry your bacon on there. But if you're buying the Jetboil version, it doesn't fit perfectly. You might need to whittle a little bit of metal out with your Dremel. See if this has cooled down a little bit. So, OEX, I'm impressed. Boil time in this breeze is quicker than the Jetboil Zip, which I was not expecting at all. Jetboil normally blows other brands out of the water when it comes to boiling times. But this time, it's a solid second. So if you just want something to boil your water or cook up a boil in the bag meal for £45 versus 75, 80, 90 pounds, it's a no-brainer for me. I would go with the OEX version. I'll just quickly check out the canister supports. The Jetboil one fits very nice and snug. The OEX one, bear in mind this is an additional thing that you've got to buy. Yeah, solid. Let me know what you think. Normally I'd choose the Jetboil every time, but the OEX on this occasion is better than the Zip. That's just my opinion. Let me know what you think anyway. Hope you found this video useful. The Heiro is going to be available in Go Outdoors and Blacks, hopefully in April, maybe early May. Told you it was windy. Anyway, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.